right, before I start, I do want to tell you I might have to pause a few times because I'm in my dining room and there's kids all over my house. Well, anyway, today's lesson is on analogies. So what is an analogy? An analogy is a comparison between two words or pairs of words that are used to make connections or relationships. So that is the most important part. They have a connection in some way, or they show a relationship. So analogies typically read like this. Happy is too sad, just as bright is too dull, even though they are written with these dots. Now on our flex, I did not put the dots on there. That's too much for us right now, and that's okay. But just so right now, the first two words are connected. They're together, and then the last two are connected, and they're a pair of words. So there are some common types of analogies here, and I'm not going to go over them quite yet because I want to jump ahead to the slide 4, which is how to actually solve an analogy. So the first thing you need to do when you get an analogy is you are going to decide on the relationship between the first two words. So here it says, I'm in my green arrow right now. It says state the relationship. Car is to tire. Okay. So in my head, I'm thinking a tire is part of a car. But since the word car comes first, I need to think of it another way. This goes back to this slide here. The order of the pair of analogies is very important. It is a must thing to think about. So the order here, oh, my face disappeared, and that's okay. The order here was car and then tire. So I am down here on my yellow arrow, and I know that a car is a whole thing, and a tire is a part of a car. So I am thinking this is a whole two-part analogy. And that's where this slide comes in. Sometimes you're going to get words that are synonyms. Sometimes they're going to be antonyms. Sometimes they're going to be a characteristic. Like a characteristic of summer is that it's hot. Here we have a part to a whole, which also can be reversed, a whole to a part. So any of these with a slash in between, they can be reversed. A degree, a type, a tool with a worker or a worker with a tool, action and object, item purpose, worker product. There's many, many more. These are just the most common. So let's go back to slide 4. I'm looking at it and I said, yes, I'm going to go with this is a whole two-part analogy. So the next thing I need to look at is I'm going to examine the third word, chair. So the third word is chair, and I need to think of it as a whole thing because in that pair, car was the whole thing, and in here, chair is going to be the whole thing. Remember, whatever word is first needs to have that same match. The order is very important. So if a car is the whole thing and a tire is a part of a car, I need to think, what is a part of a chair? So I have some options. It depends on kind of what a chair you're sitting in, but chairs have a seat, they have legs, a back, some have armrest, and some have cushion. Any of those would be a correct answer for a whole two-part analogy. So just remember, you go back to that first group of words, like in here, figure out the first pair, how are they related? In this example, new and old, these are opposites. So that means the second pair of words must also be opposites. Analogies are very important to you as you get older. They're going to be something you study a lot in middle school and in high school and even into college. So it's good that we start practicing now. And if you have any questions, you can either message me or ask your teacher.